Stop leaving your hoses connected to your hose bibs when it gets below freezing out, because this is what happens. If you don't disconnect the hose, the water isn't going to drain from the frost-free stem, and it's going to freeze and it's going to blow out the side of it. And if you do, I'll show you how to fix it. So we got our new one. We're going to clean this up. We're going to attach a PEX adapter to it via solder. We're going to attach a piece of PEX to that and then go into the house and crimp on a new coupler. Okay, the first thing you want to do is open up the valve, make sure it's open. So when we heat this up, we're not melting the washer at the end of the valve that closes this. Alright, and then we're going to take our PEX adapter. We're going to score this. Okay. Now I'm using a water-soluble flux, Odie brand. Put a little bit of flux on the inside. Doesn't take a lot. Just barely coating it. Put that in there. Okay, now we're going to heat up our fitting. I'm going to heat up the bottom and the top and kind of evenly try to heat up the entire fitting. I'm focusing my flame on this fitting here, not the PEX adapter. That's important because I want the solder to get pulled into here. And I'm heating it up. You don't want to overheat it. If you start to see the flux start to bubble, and let off and test it and see if it's going to melt the solder. Or if you start to see the metal changing colors, it's hard to see, but that'll be another indicator. We're a little hot, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, I got some water. I'm just going to cool this down. Okay. Next, so I got a piece of PEX. This is longer. This is longer than the piece that was on here, just so I'm safe. So when I get under the house, I only have one thing I have to do under the house. So I'm gonna do everything else up here. And yeah, for everybody saying I should be using PEX A, well, you're right, I should be using PEX A, but all I have is the B on me. So guess what? It'll be fine. But the flow rate. One more for good measure. So I'm going to run this into the house. We're going to screw this into the wall, and then I'll go underneath and I'll show you guys the connection. We're going to do our best to seal this up. Believe me, this is better than what was here before. I'm using some stainless steel screws. Hello. Okay. Okay guys, I'm taking you with me to show you how much fun it is to replace a hose bib. I laid some plastic down because this thing's been leaking, so there's like a whole sea of water down here. This insulation has to get fixed. Okay, so here is where my new hose bib's coming through. All this water was from the old one leaking. They're gonna have an insulation crew come in here. All this stuff is junk. It's all wet. Okay, so all we're gonna do now is cut. I left my PEX cutters up in the truck, but a knife works fine. I'll line this up. I'm gonna cut it about 1/8 short. Nice flush cut. Put on our crimp rings. Put in our coupler. Okay, you want to make sure if you're running PEX B that these rings are touching these little tabs. That's the sweet spot. Twice for good luck. Okay, so there's our connection, and I have my coworker turning on the water, so we will make sure it doesn't leak. I can hear the water going on. Okay, here comes the water. You can see it. Now he's gonna open up that hose bib, or maybe he will, hopefully he does. So right now it's just, it won't make it all the way because there's air. So the air is slowly trying to fight its way past the water. Hey, can you turn on the hose bib real quick? Oh, it's going. Yeah, I mean at this point there would be air and water shooting out. So we're all good. And that's how you do it, you guys. Please like and subscribe and follow for more.